Hello everyone, Anne from the Sussex Handmade Soap Company here, and today I'm going to be making croissants. Only joking, I'm going to be making soap. Today's soap is a seaside inspired one. We're going to be using lots of blue, greeny coloured micas to create a swirl. We're going to be using a funnel pour technique, and we're going to be doing a textured top with a little bit of shimmery mica on top to just create a real seaside beach feeling to today's soap. It's going to be an unscented one, and that is about the gist of it. So I'm going to stop rabbiting on and I'm going to show you today's soap. So for today's first step, we're going to tip our cooled lye water into our liquid oils. And after we've done this, I'm going to be bringing it to a light trace using the stick blender. And then once we're at light trace, I'm going to split off the batter into 4 different jugs. The first jug is going to have 50% of the batter, and the other 3 jugs are all going to have 1/6 each. And to shave a few precious seconds off of my video length, because I know my videos do tend to err on the long side, I'm going to do all of those steps in super speed. Now that larger portion of batter is going to stay white, but these 3 are going to be coloured, and I've got a sort of blue turquoisey colour theme going on today. I want it to look a little bit like the sea. A lot of my soaps end up looking a bit like the sea. I think it's just because I'm kind of drawn to it. I live in a seaside town and I love the beach and the sea, so yeah. The first colour is Dreamy Aquamarine, which is mixed in with a little bit of our liquid oils. We've used just under 1/4 teaspoon of mica in with some liquid oils, and we've mixed it with the liquid oils so that it incorporates better into the soap batter. So I'm just going to tip that one in there like that. And the reason that we can get away with actually just measuring with teaspoons and not being entirely precise is because these are hobby soaps. These aren't going to be sold, these aren't going to be given away to anyone other than us. If we were actually selling these, we would need to be weighing that mica by gram rather than just going with a teaspoon, because for the safety assessments in the UK, everything needs to be really, really precise. The second colour here is Extra Strong Mint, a really pretty greeny blue. This one's more on the green side than on the blue side. Has got that sort of minty look to it. Or at least the kind of stereotypical look of mint. I mean, most mints that I buy in the shops tend to just be white, but that is a stereotypical mint green. And that one can go in there. The last colour that we're going to be using today is called Deep Lake, and I'll show you that one in just a minute. So this is Deep Lake, the last of our trio of colours, and I've gone for colours that are fairly similar but with just enough variation. I'm hoping for a nice kind of gradiated look in the soap. And the reason that we've got more white than anything else is because I kind of like it when the soaps have a fair bit of white in them as well. I've done soaps before where it's all been heavily on the colour, and I've never been as keen on them as when I've had a little bit of white showing through as well. So we're doing a funnel pour today, but between each colour we are going to have white, which is why we need more white than anything else. Right, let's get these mixed in. Trying to make sure I get all the way down to the bottom, because one of my bad habits is not thoroughly mixing in the micas well enough and realising that I've got big white blobs of batter at the bottom of the containers. Right, I'm happy with how they've all been mixed, so we're going to pull in our mould now and we're going to begin the funnel pour. And the funnel pour is really easy to do. All it requires is one funnel, or if you turn it upside down, it's a novelty fancy dress hat. That's just how my mind works. And what I want to do is hold the funnel here, and then I'm going to simply pour the batter through. Try and hold the funnel in the same place all the time. It would be good to have another pair of hands here to hold it for me, but I don't have that luxury. So it'll be me, one hand here the whole time, pouring the batter in. I'm probably going to pour for about 3 or 4 seconds, and then the next colour, repeat, and so on. So I'm going to start it off with the white for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I changed my mind. Just going to let that pour through. We are thickening up a bit. And then we're going to start with the Dreamy Aquamarine for 3 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can count. I keep saying 3. I'm going to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we'll go with Deep Lake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I think our white is thickened up quite a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now extra strong mint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm just going to continue doing this the whole way up the soap. So coming to the end of this now, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, it hasn't gone quite as planned. I think the white especially was just a little too thick for the funnel pour to work successfully. I've also run out of white now, so these last few are going to just be the colours on top of each other. Yeah, we're not going to end up with a perfect funnel pour, that's for sure, but we might end up with something that looks quite pretty anyway. Yeah, I think basically I just overdid it a little with the blender. Got a little too blender happy and took it past the light trace and more onto a medium trace. And for this to work, it needs to flow through the funnel really nicely. So next time, I need to go easier on the blender. Liking the colours though. I'm going to tap this down now to level it out. So I've left the soap to set up now. It's nice and firm, and we're going to use the back of this tablespoon measure just to texture the top. And I'm just going to literally go in, scooping it out. And I think I might have left it for too long because it is very firm. I think the trouble is, it is so warm in my house today, and I mean seriously warm, that everything's just setting up a little bit quicker than I'm used to, and as a result my batter's getting thicker quicker, and yeah, it's not what I'm used to, but we're getting some decent sort of textured top coming here, a bit more textured than perhaps I was imagining it would be, but there we go. Kind of looks like the sea, which is what I was going for. And the last thing I'm going to do is I've got these 2 spray bottles here. They're just my daughter's old body spray bottles that I have pinched. and I filled them with mica. I've used the Dreamy Aquamarine and the extra strong mint, and I've topped the rest up just with rubbing alcohol. Now I'm going to give it a shake, and I'm not entirely sure what pattern I'm going for. I'm just going to spray them on. It's still not making a massive difference, but there is a slight bit of a greeny shimmer to that now. And now I'm just going to go over it with some blue. I'm hoping that that will just evaporate off, because I have used more than was planned, but it has got a nice shimmery look to it now. So there we go. That is today's soap. Hasn't gone as planned. I can only put it down to the pure heat in this room. It's the first time I've actually made soap like this in a room that is so hot. I've had all the doors shut because outside is noisy. So I think that's what caused both the problems with the white batter thickening too quickly, and also with the textured top. The top set really quickly, so it's a little more textured than I was planned, but actually I think that was a happy accident because I quite like how that looks. I might change my mind when it's cut, but we'll find out. So I will see you in a couple of days for the cutting of this beauty. So the soap's hardened up now. It's been 3 days since we made it. We have got the nice shimmery top. All of the rubbing alcohol has evaporated off and just left the mica line. And now it's time to chop it up. I've already marked it out where I'm going to cut it. And I'm turning it on its side because I can't turn it on its front because the texture of the top would just get destroyed if I was to turn it on its front. So let's chop this up and see what it looks like on the inside. And I have a feeling this is going to be quite hard today. Yeah, it's crumbling a little. I should probably have cut it yesterday. So that first bit's destroyed.
Well, that's a first.
That's a first. I think it's been left too long for cutting. Let's hope that it doesn't all go like that. Otherwise I shall be most disappointed.
I think it's all going to do that.
I think it is all going to do that. I think we've left it too long before cutting it. It should have been cut yesterday. What a shame. Oh no.
It's like flint.
It is. It's really hard. So this is the point where I'd normally be holding up a lovely finished bar and raving about how much I love it and how fantastic it is. That's not going to happen today. Every single piece that we cut came out the same, crumbly, really, really hard, but also really, really crumbly. So, not happy with this. It's a shame. We've had 2 batches of soap in our entire time of soap making, this being the second one, where we've just had a failure and not been able to actually work out why. I'd love to be able to tell you guys why this went wrong, but genuinely, I have no clue. It could be measurements, but I don't think it is because I weighed out ingredients for another soap that I did at the same time that I weighed out these ingredients, and that other soap came out fine. So I don't think it's measurements. It was a really, really hot day when we made this soap, so perhaps that's influenced it somehow, but again, I don't really think it would. And it could be down to the amount of rubbing alcohol mixed with the mica that I sprayed on top, because I did go a little bit overboard with that. That would probably be a guess, but I don't know. So I can't tell you what went wrong and how to fix it. All I know is that this soap, that's probably the best bit we got, is only going to be fit for the bin, unfortunately. Because I don't know why it's went wrong and because I don't know why it's turned out like this, we can't really use it because we don't know if it's going to be safe to use or not, if it's lye heavy, which I don't think it is because it's not sort of zapping and it doesn't feel like it is, but it could be, and that might make it not safe to use. So this, unfortunately, is going to go in the bin, and I'm very, very sad about that, because the only positive out of this is that I was quite liking the colour scheme and the swirls. But hey ho, everyone has failures sometimes. You kind of got to learn from them, which is hard when you don't know why you went wrong, but we'll do this design again in the future, and hopefully it'll work. That is all for today. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, give us a comment. If you've got any ideas why our soap went so horribly wrong today, please give us a comment because we would love that. You can also visit our website here to see what else we do, and I had discount code, sort of fluff my words a bit there, no one's going to notice, move swiftly on, discount code here, and we'll see you next Friday. Bye for now, enjoy your weekend.